Hi everyone, it's Squeaky Baby and welcome back to World of Tanks. Some big news out of the blue today, and Wargaming have finally announced that they will be discontinuing ranked battles inside World of Tanks. Previously, and the last time we actually had a ranked battle season was at the start of 2022, this was the most competitive version of World of Tanks in the game. However, now Wargaming are getting rid of it because I guess Onslaught is their new competitive format. And so with all of this in mind, we've decided to discontinue ranked battles with the release of the next update, meaning that a variety of things such as the ranked battles leaderboard, both in-game and on the website, will disappear. So for all of you who didn't actually know, you can still access the Ranked Battles tab here, but again, for the last year and a half, it's been completely useless. There's actually information provided on all the different chevron gains, and more importantly, all of the rewards that you could get from the game mode, of which there are some substantially nice tanks. In fact, some of the most overpowered vehicles in the game, like the Concept 1B and the Kampfpanzer 50T, were ranked battles exclusives, and people have gone a year and a half waiting for the opportunity to purchase these tanks to no avail. So if you have played ranked before, then time is running out for you to be able to select your rewards if you haven't done so already. Now, to make it very, very clear how you can access these rewards, you need to go into the ranked battles section. Then you want to click the awards tab, and then here you can select the different pieces of bond equipment. As next patch, if you haven't done so, you will be losing these rewards. Secondly, you can still access the Ranked Battles store if, of course, you manage to, I think, get to Division 2 in the previous season in 2022. And then here you can still purchase all of the styles if you want to be able to get them, or alternatively even purchase the Kampfpanzer or all of these tanks for bonds, as this might be your last opportunity to do so. Also, if like me, you have a discount still, then it might be an opportunity for you to be able to still use that discount, which you will lose in the next patch. Now, interestingly enough, Wargaming are saying that when the Ranked Battles store and its exclusive items become available, they're thinking about making the WZ-114 SP2 available. Or actually, it's not WZ, it's just 114 SP2. And this vehicle looks like it is going to be available in Onslaught. So if you've been wanting the 114 SP2, all 5 people of you out there, then get ready to get grinding Onslaught, and you might have an opportunity to purchase it for bonds. One thing that's going to be quite controversial is that a lot of the different funky things that you got to reward as a reward for playing in ranked will be disappearing in the next update of World of Tanks. So 2D styles for tier 10 vehicles for Bronze, Silver and Gold League will be just removed from your garage. In addition, if you're one of those kind of players who likes to flex inside the battle and you have one of the badges, then your Gold Legionnaire badge will be disappearing. I personally think this is a really lame thing for Wargaming to do, and there's absolutely no need for them to remove it. They could just add it as a legacy badge so people can flex that they were part of a system that Wargaming updated for years and invested a lot of time into. Although a passing mention should be made that if you have any of the legacy 2D styles, as I managed to have on, I think, my 114 SP2, this style will remain on your account. So all in all, as someone who has managed to finish gold in ranked in every single season, including some of the beta seasons, I would say that I'm really sad with ranked going away, but let's be honest, it was probably one of the most toxic game modes that Wargaming ever had inside their game. However, I would argue that Onslaught is no better than ranked. In fact, I would argue that Onslaught is actually more boring than ranked was, with so much less variety. Onslaught is 80 to 90% players playing mediums or heavy tanks, with the occasional tank destroyer, usually heavily armored tank destroyers, on city maps. Sometimes people will pick light tanks if their team doesn't report them at the start of the battle for doing so, and the idea of having an artillery in a 7 versus 7 engagement just really doesn't work. And I would question Wargaming, why are they making it so really only 2 or possibly 3 of the 5 classes in the game deemed worthy for playing in their new competitive format, Onslaught? There are probably lots of players out there who want to play artillery, or want to play light tanks, or want to play not just meta tank destroyers on city maps. I think one of the biggest issues that Wargaming have is that they are turning their competitive format further and further away from the game mode that people actually enjoy playing, which of course is random battles. They've reduced the player numbers from 15 in ranked to 10 in ranked, now down to 7 in Onslaught. They've reduced the competitive classes from 5 down to 4, down to 3, arguably down to 2 now in Onslaught. And the more that Wargaming continue to change their competitive game mode from being the game mode that everybody plays, the more they alienate their player base from actually taking part in the end game and competing inside World of Tanks. And so I would personally suggest to Wargaming, why don't you take some of the good things that you have about the Onslaught system, at least with the Elo and the way that you can go up and down the ranks, and try and apply it to the random queue. Get rid of the crazy overpowered abilities. Get rid of the fact that you can select the perfect tank for the perfect map, which means that you don't have to grow and suffer as a player. And my final question to Wargaming would be, why do you seem so hell-bent on trying to force people to play game modes that aren't the random queue? Why not diversify the random queue further with complementary game modes that allow people to compete in the way that World of Tanks was intended to be played? And that is big team format, 15 versus 15 battles. So to finish the video, I want to reiterate, if you haven't already selected Bond equipment, please go and do so if you participated in ranked battles. And if you have one last vehicle inside the Bond store that you still have access to, go and purchase it now, as the ranked battles store will be discontinued in the next patch. And so then there's no guarantee that you're ever going to buy any of those things ever again. On the other hand, I want to clarify that Wargaming are currently thinking about how to integrate it with Onslaught so you can still access it. But as there's absolutely no guarantee that there's going to happen, if you have the opportunity to purchase anything now that you might regret not being able to get later, I thoroughly recommend you do so. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, short video today on the state of ranked and the fact that one of the most important game modes has been discontinued. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know in the comments what you think about ranked being discontinued. Do you think it's a disappointment, or do you think it was a horrible game mode and Onslaught is infinitely better? And is there anything in the ranked battle store that you are going to race to be able to get your hands on now? And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.